What is up, you guys? Gold Pony here today in the 2018 Mercedes-Benz S-Class sedan, courtesy of Sun Motor Cars in Mechanicsburg, PA. Super excited to be in this one. I can already tell you this is an extremely smooth ride. I'm going to enjoy this. So let's start with pricing. And so to start, there is the S450 sedan that is going to start at $89,900. Then there's going to be the S450 4MATIC that is going to start at $92,900. Then the S560 4MATIC sedan, that is the one I have today. That one is going to start at $102,900. And so there, you could probably tell by the trim levels there are two different engine setups available for the 2018 S-Class. And so the first one is going to be powered by a 3-liter bi-turbo V6. That is going to be for the S450 sedan, and that is going to put out 362 horsepower, 5,500 RPM, and 369 pound-feet of torque, available from 1,800 to 4,500 RPM. Power is either going to be sent to the rear wheels or all wheels through the Mercedes-Benz all-wheel drive system, and that power is going to be sent to the ground through a 9-speed automatic transmission with MPGs coming in at 18 in the city, 28 on the highway using premium fuel. And that actually is a pretty impressive highway MPG number for as large of a sedan as this one is, and that is partly because this one does come with an auto start stop system, so when you're stopped at a red light or a stop sign, the engine is going to automatically shut off for you and then instantly turn back on the second you let your foot off the brake. So that's there to save you a couple MPGs as well. But in the end, when it comes to acceleration, 0 to 60 times for that engine setup is going to come in at 5.1 seconds for the rear wheel drive and 4.9 seconds for the all-wheel drive version. But then that other engine setup, again, the one I have today, that is going to be the 4-liter bi-turbo V8, and that is specifically for the S560 sedan. That is going to put out 463 horsepower at around 5,200 RPM and 516 pound-feet of torque, available from 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. Power is going to be sent to all 4 wheels through the all-wheel drive system, again through a 9-speed automatic, and MPGs on that one come in at 17 city, 27 on the highway, with the 0 to 60 time of right around 4.6 seconds. So let's give it a shot. Oh my goodness. It starts out a little slower. I gotta say, it is a very smooth delivery of power as expected in a luxury sedan like the S-Class. But once it gets going, it feels like it pulls harder and harder and harder the higher in the RPM band you go. And you can most definitely feel it in your stomach at that point. So the best way to describe this one is a very luxurious acceleration, if you will. But so then, if you wanted to have a little more control over the S-Class, there is a button called Dynamic Select. And that is basically gonna be for your driving mode adjustments on that one. Except for the 2018 S-Class, you can choose between Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Individual. And I can tell you, I just dropped in Sport mode there and it instantly downshifted for me, so it is going to hold the RPMs in a much higher level. So overall, it's going to adjust things like the throttle response, shift points, steering sensitivity, and that Eco start-stop system as well. And then, of course, with the Individual mode, it allows you to create your own driving mode, even allowing you to set the transmission for purely manual shifting, because, by the way, this one does come with paddle shifters. So, as always, let's test out the quickness of them. Alright, definitely pretty quick. Not the fastest paddle shifters I've ever experienced, but this is a luxury sedan, and I will say, using the paddle shifters there actually did make it feel like it was a more instantaneous acceleration, because then you do have the ability to hold the RPMs at a higher level if you wanted to, but definitely not that bad for a luxury sedan. But so now back to the very first thing I mentioned when I got into the S-Class sedan. Just hit some railroad tracks back there. The S-Class soaks up bumps and railroad tracks and everything else very, very well. Definitely one of the smoother rides I've experienced. Part of that is due to the fact that this one does come with an Aromatic Suspension. To elaborate on that one a little bit, the S-Class is going to lower at higher speeds automatically for increased aerodynamics. And again, that air suspension is also going to contribute to a much smoother ride quality as well. And in addition to that, there's also the adaptive damping system. And so with that one, that's going to adjust the suspension based on the driving mode and the road conditions. And also, one of the new features for 2018 is that dynamic suspension is also now has the ability to lean the body more than 2.5 degrees into a turn, again for increased handling and stability. That is definitely nice as well. And then when it comes to visibility, I have absolutely no issues with visibility. Usually sedans, you're not going to have any issues there, so that's definitely nice. And I will also mention, if you wanted to better help keep your eyes on the road, there is a heads-up display available for an additional $990 if you wanted it as well. And then another thing I always like to mention with luxury sedans especially is the cabin noise. is nearly non-existent. Definitely a very quiet ride. And so, but anyways, enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior of the 2018 S-Class. And so to start, up front, the new 2018 S-Class is the first car to come out without a single light bulb in it. That is definitely pretty cool, meaning everything is LEDs on this one. So up front, there is the new triple bend LED daytime running lights, of course, with LED headlamps as well. And front and center, the chrome double bar front grille definitely looks good up there. Then making our way to the sides, there are power adjustable heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals. And taking a step back, there are also chrome window surrounds and soft closed doors that come standard, meaning if you don't shut the door all the way, the S-Class is going to automatically shut it for you. And that is definitely a feature I always enjoy showing because I think that is pretty neat. But making your way to the wheel setup, 19-inch multi-spoke wheels do come standard, and there are 19 and 20-inch optional wheel sizes and designs available for you. Then making our way to the back, LED 3-segment taillights, again with the LEDs with Stardust technology, which actually sounds pretty magical, don't you think? And back there, of course, there is trim level badging and dual exhaust outlets just below with chrome tips. So as always, you guys, here is that exhaust clip. Now, since we are around back, to open that rear trunk, I first did want to mention there is a button on the key fob, so simply press that and let it open itself if you wanted to. And again, to close it, there is a button on the trunk itself, so simply press that, walk away, and the trunk is going to close itself. But once opened up, cargo capacity is going to come in at 16.3 cubic feet. Then make your way to the back seats. Rear legroom comes in at 34.1 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had back there. And the back seats definitely impressed me in the new S-Class here because, of course, you have your rear center armrest back there with not only cup holders, but a center tablet holder, which actually was pretty deep as well. So that is definitely nice. And there are some options in the back seat back there. For instance, rear seat entertainment system is going to go for around $2,600, but that's going to add rear monitors on the back of those front seats, and that's going to allow your rear passengers to play video games, DVDs, things like that. And there is also a rear seat package that goes for an additional $1,700. That's going to give you a power right rear footrest so you can really lay back and enjoy the ride. Also 4-zone climate control, so both rear passengers can set their own climates back there, and easy adjust rear head restraints as well. But then making our way to the front seats, they do come standard heated 16-way power adjustable seats with memory settings, and that seating is going to be finished in a Napa leather upholstery. And if you go with the premium package, which is the one I have today, you are not only going to get ventilated seats, you have the active multi-contour front seats, and that is definitely a feature I always enjoy testing out in a Mercedes because you really can personalize your massage in your car here. You can do high intensity, hot relaxing back massage. There's a hot relaxing shoulder massage also, and you have your classic massage, a mobilizing massage, and an active workout for your back. These are just things that you gotta love in a car, right? So anyways, then looking forward at that steering wheel. It is power adjustable, of course, tilt and telescoping. And the standard setup for the steering wheel is going to be a wood Napa leather combination. Of course, mine is all leather wrapped today. And when it comes to the startup, let me start by first showing you guys the key here. You do have unlock that button for the rear hatch as well. But it is all keyless entry, of course, so simply keep the key in your pocket or put it anywhere in the vehicle, put your foot on the brake, and press that engine start button you got there. And then once started up, all the gauges are going to come in a digital display. There's actually going to be a pair of 12.3-inch high-resolution display screens, which is going to serve as your gauge setup and your tech information as well, and I'll get more into that later. But when it comes to those gauges, speedometers on your left, tachometers on your right, again, you do have the ability to choose between different setups in the middle there, and that's going to be controlled by using the steering wheel mounted controls on the left side. The right side steering wheel mounted controls actually is going to control the other 12.3-inch display screen there. But then when it comes to overall interior quality, another thing I absolutely love on the 2018 S-Class is the LED ambient lighting. Why do I love this? Because there are 64 different colors you get to pick from, and that is definitely the most options as far as color-wise for ambient lighting I've seen in the vehicle. Definitely nice there. And then continuing on with the interior here, there is a panorama roof standard on this one, so both front and rear rear passengers have the view of the sky there. And overall, the cabin of the S-Class is as expected, very luxurious, and a lot of it is actually handcrafted as well, including the hand tailoring of the leather. And you also have plenty of wood trim options available, including a burl walnut wood, black poplar wood trim, and black ash wood, which is the one I have today. And you do have dual zone climate control, standard HomeLink garage door openers, and everything else you would expect to see in this one. Now let's make our way to the other 12.3-inch high-resolution display screen that is going to be controlled by using the touchpad controller and the buttons surrounding it. But the S-Class is going to give you standard navigation with 3 years of free map updates. Also, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay come standard along with Bluetooth and audio streaming. But then when it comes to the radio information, standard setup on this one is going to be a Burmester surround sound system with 13 speakers, 590 watts, and a 9-channel digital amplifier. There is an optional $6,400 system by Burmester, which is a 3D sound system that is going to give you 26 speakers, nearly 1,200 watts, 400-watt amp, and illuminated tweeters if you were interested. But I do have the standard setup today, so let's turn on the radio and test out the clarity of that one. The standard sound system is perfectly fine, to be honest, you guys. Definitely more than enough bass, crystal clear. Huge fan of the Burmester sound system I have in this one today. But that's the last thing I did want to mention is when you do put this one in reverse, there is a rear view camera with 180-degree views. Definitely a high-resolution picture of what's behind you, so very nice there. But as always, that is going to lead me into safety. And so let me first start by saying there are plenty of airbags available for the new S-Class, including front, side, and side curtain airbags, a driver's knee airbag, rear side impact airbags, and rear seatbelt airbags with the rear seat package. That is definitely a good bit of airbags there. Also, for those back seats, there is latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for those rear car seats. And then there is the driver assistance package, which I definitely wanted to mention. That adds an additional $2,250 to the price, but that is going to give you active distance assist Distronic, which is your adaptive cruise control, active steering assist, which helps keep you centered in the lane, of course. Also, evasive steering assist, which helps you steer the car away from hitting people. There's also active brake assist with cross traffic function, congestion emergency braking, speed limit recognition, lane keeping assist, blind spot assist, active lane change assist. This is a pretty cool one. So with Distronic engaged, you can actually turn the turn signal in the S-Class, and the car is going to enter that next lane whichever way you select it without you even turning the steering wheel. It's going to do it for you when it knows it is safe to do so. That's a pretty cool feature, definitely. There's also Pre-Safe Plus, which uses the sensors in the rear bumper to detect if a collision is imminent, and then Pre-Tensions, all seat belts and restraint systems, along with applying the brakes to help brace for impact, basically. And then there is also something called Parking Assist. You can select that button, and the S-Class is automatically going to find a parking spot for you and park the vehicle for you without you having to touch anything. That is definitely a scary but amazing feature. I experienced it on the E-Class as well, so definitely a fan of that one too. So, but anyways, that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold. What's a beautiful morning? Oh, this says the park. Oh gosh. We'll be testing that out a little later. I think this is going to be a very smooth delivery of power. Get rid of this lighting. Gross. This thing is so smooth. Dang it.